Greetings! Today's tale is filled with surprises and whimsy as we dive into Beethoven's Enchanted Symphony. Our journey begins in the charming city of Bonn, where a young Ludwig van Beethoven, much like a musical wizard in the making, discovered the enchanting world of notes and keys. He was born into a large family with many siblings and an artistic tradition. He and his father were both members of the choir at that time. It seemed like his life was happy when his father and grandfather taught him the first notes of music. But no, his childhood was full of suffering and hardship. Beethoven's childhood was always imprisoned by his father's beatings and the pain when each of his siblings died, because his father wanted his son to become a musical prodigy like Mozart. His father often used a whip to force him to practice the piano, even though he was in pain and tired from the pressure. The 4-year-old boy still did not give up and continued to find solace in the piano keys and ivory violin strings. It was here, amid adversity, that the seed of his musical genius took root. At the age of 11, he performed skillfully on the piano, and at the age of 12 he composed his first pieces of music. His first compositions included Symphony Nos. 1, 2, and 3 for Napoleon in 1800.
Oh no! Why can't I hear anything?
While at the peak of his career, he suddenly became deaf at the age of 30, but our hero didn't back down. Instead, he turned the volume up in his mind, creating a symphony of resilience that echoed louder than any setback.
If this gets spread out, how can I live as a musician?
After thinking, he decided to move back to a peaceful place to live and continue his career. This is also the time when the world's immortal music was born: Destiny, Pastoral, and especially the Ninth Symphonies, which brought him into musical legend. Here's a twist. The more famous songs were when he was most seriously ill, not just with his ear disease, but because his body was suffering from many diseases. His extraordinary strength made the audience admire him. When he was 40 years old, he couldn't even hear any sounds. When the immortal Ode to Joy was released, Beethoven had to turn to the audience to see how they responded to his new music. Through enthusiastic applause, Symphony No. 9 was so successful that the audience applauded 5 times, according to regulations at that time. Only when the emperor appeared in the theater did the audience clap 3 times. Beethoven sat quietly backstage without knowing it, only when a female singer led him to the front of the stage. To witness the enthusiasm of the audience, Beethoven was so happy that he fainted.
He will make the world talk about a lot.
Mozart said about Beethoven. That was in 1787. Mozart gave Beethoven a topic for Beethoven to perform at will. Mozart was extremely surprised when listening to Ludwig's performance. The two were later unable to work together because Beethoven had to take care of his sick mother, and when young Ludwig returned to Vienna, Mozart had passed away. The myth of the tidy composer, not with Beethoven. He embraced the chaos, and maybe that's where he found his creative magic. He did not care about his appearance or everything around him. His heart was only surrounded by music. He influenced the development of the CD. The 80-minute CD standard established in 1982 was influenced by this song. Because it is 70 minutes long, the Ninth Symphony still influences music to this day.
Wow!
Since 1985, the instrumental version of Ode to Joy is the anthem of the European Union. Beethoven wrote his first composition around the age of 10, when he was studying with Christian Gottlob. His first published music was a variation called 9 Variations on a March by Ernst Christoph Dressler for piano C minor, Opus 63.
If you like our video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you and goodbye.